Hello world, hello everybody. So, upon further research, I put in what tiny beetle eats turnip leaves, and I instantly came up with flea beetles. It says it doesn't affect the root, your turnip, but it really messes up the leaves, and the leaves are really good to eat. I get turnip greens, and they're good for you, so I'm really kind of getting the ass. And then I found a big old beetle bug on there, something yellow striped. I'd have to look at the name again, right? And I think that's what's hitting these rutabagas. I need my glasses. I'm wearing broken glasses. I have my thing in the old, in case somebody's thinking I'm begging for glasses, like some kind of, I don't know, whatever. See, look at that, flea beetles. I just gotta go get them. You know, that kind of thing. Now, the reason I didn't get them before is because I was, hundreds of miles away from anything. But now that I'm here, I can go down to the doctor's office and get all the glasses I want. You can get them once a year. But anyway, darn flea beetles. And man, these leaves look cool. I really like, I'm gonna look up into how you cook flea beetles, turnip greens. Where'd beetle go? Bear with me here. Oh, I'm way off. There he is. Is that him? Sorry. There he is. What is that? Dang it. There he is. The heck is that thing? My mom calls them pumpkin beetles. Ain't a pumpkin beetle no more. Oh man, they're tough. Maybe those are big flea beetles or something. But they are ravaging my situation. I found out you can even cut these leaves off, right? And they'll just grow leaves back and the turnip won't be affected. That's interesting. Now there you go, a renewable food source, as it were. Eat the greens while you're waiting for your turnips. That's interesting, see? And that's why I'm doing this garden. Ayana? Camera. Anyway, so I found out something interesting about that. I wonder if you could do that with rutabaga greens. Them leaves are tough as lead. I bet you can make shoes out of them dang leaves. You know? And I wonder about beets and beet greens and the leaves, you know, while you're waiting for the root to come up and get matured and harvest them, you can sit and eat the greens. This is turning into an interesting situation. I don't think you eat them tater greens. You know, put to it, about eat anything, wouldn't you? Flea beetles. And you know what gets me? Where'd they come from? There ain't a turnip within 50 miles of these here turnips I just put in here. And yet I got all kinds of these beetles that showed up. Now how did they get, this is the Nevada desert, you don't, ain't just things hanging out waiting for you to grow things. Right? That's crazy. How did these dang flea beetles show up on my turnips out here? Ain't nobody growing no turnips. Yet here they are. And the itty bitty little flea, the biggest fleas. That's something else. Anyway, just thought I'd give an update on my dang garden and this and that to keep things going. Crazy. Well, we grew peaches and all the peaches are gone. We got a bunch in the house. You know, boy, that's something that's a little disappointing because you only get one harvest of peaches just before the summer or in the summer, right? So you got to be a peach-eating individual to take advantage of that, or else can them. And they're a little small. Man, these peaches were really, really good. I'm amazed. They don't taste nothing like what's in the store. I mean to tell you, I'm amazed. Now I like peaches. I never really ate them. You know? And then the apples are coming in. So I guess they only got to wait for. We get the seeds out of these apple trees, take them up to my land, and plant them up there. The peaches, and the apricot tree, and the almond tree. I want to put these in. You know, they're going to be the only non-indigenous plants that I'm going to plant. Because I'm going to try and keep it as area specific as I can. I don't like growing all kinds of goofy stuff. Like I could put mesquite in up there. I'll bet you that really irritates people. Because mesquite's nasty. That tree's dead right there. But I mean to tell you what, you talk about a thorny individual, hostile tree. That ain't going out there. I'm not going to plant pines. There's juniper that's there. Some pine because it's close to Reno and up the northern border. So I'm going to plant that. Oh, here we go. This is another thing I want to make a video of. Artichokes. Instead of eating them, we let them bloom. That color is amazing. I've never seen that. Look at that beautiful color. I'm going to paint my car that color. That's fantastic. You know, and when you get it against that green background, as it were, with the sun on it, you get this iridescence that's just out of this world. That's cool. I think I'd rather eat them, though. But you got to eat them with all kinds of weirdo stuff. Dip them in mayos, formite, I've heard. I've had one artichoke in my life. It got me my mulch. And my wheats are growing. But I didn't get what a lot of them, you know, I plant 50, 60 seeds in there. I've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9 sprouts that I can count. So, you know, if there's 9 more heads that I could harvest maybe and start civilization with that. I'm putting my cantaloupe up trellises. I know people say, oh, the cantaloupe, what are you going to do? And I said, well, I'll hang them on thingy things. Some of those buds I'll pick off because I don't want that many cantaloupes. It's going to be 1 million cantaloupes. There's another thing. I have to be a cantaloupe eating individual. You know, potatoes you can kind of this and that. But what I've found with potatoes is you better eat them because they don't keep as well as store-bought potatoes. And I got 2 or 3 different varieties. I got red potato and red, white, and blue potatoes in there. Like this one's dying out. I'll bet you I'll harvest that one soon. And I'm not squirting them with the hose, you know, the handheld rain thing. I'm flood irrigating them, and that kind of spruced them up. They really came back alive when I did that. Because with this soil, it just kind of crusts on top, and it doesn't go down like you would think. Because it's just almost like, I don't know what you could explain this soil as. See? It's desert sand, you know. I don't know if you could call it soil or not. Ow. That hurt. Rutabagas are kicking. But the seeds came out of an old package because I planted this whole row, you know, and only got those, and these came out. I planted this the same way, but then I got these big blank spots in it. It's interesting. So I guess that's a commercial for sprouting before you plant. Because now I didn't, you know, I have all that room there that's not producing. That's bad. And now I could plant here. I can plant here. You know, but I'm new at this. Oh well. There you go. Okay. By your wits, not by your worries. Peace. Bye.